Hello, clever people, and welcome to my review for Battle of the Sexes. So Battle of the Sexes stars Steve Carell and Emma Stone, and it follows the story of a real-life chess match between two people. One, played by Emma Stone, was a female tennis player. She was a women's rights activist. She was an LGBT rights activist. And the other one was a male. He was a normal tennis player, but when a match between them came up, he started acting a lot like a pig. He started being very homophobic and very sexist. So basically it's about the match between these two people and the political effects that it had and the effects that it had on both of their lives, while also examining the way that they lived and the way that their story played out over the years that they played tennis and over the years that they faced a lot of troubles. So Battle of the Sexes comes to us from the director of Little Miss Sunshine, which is a film basically everybody loves. It's acclaimed by pretty much everybody that has seen it. It's a very lovable movie. A lot of people really like it. So that's why I was excited for this one. The director was strong. The actors were very strong. The story seemed ripe for Oscar material. And in fact, before its release, this movie was in the league for a lot of Oscars. A lot of people were talking Best Picture, possibly Best Actor and Best Actress for Emma Stone and Steve Carell. Then it came out, and reviews weren't 100% positive. A lot of people enjoyed it, a lot of people liked it, but nobody particularly loved it. And that was kind of an issue with my excitement going into it. Now, what I can confidently say about Battle of the Sexes is that it's an important movie. This movie is definitely very topical to right now. It is definitely a very strong story that is suited for a movie, and it is definitely powerhoused by the two leads in this movie. Emma Stone and Steve Carell both give terrific performances. Steve Carell is typically an actor that is known for overacting, not in the way like Tommy Wiseau, but he's the kind of actor that's known for going overboard on a lot of things, and his characters are supposed to have a lot of personality and are supposed to be big and bright. And thankfully, this role worked for him, yet at the same time, during some of his quieter scenes and his more dramatic scenes, he didn't do his typical type of acting. Instead, he was more reserved, he was more confined, and then when he got to really act it up in certain scenes, he acted it up. And I think that has a lot to do with the director communicating very well with Steve Carell, but also just that his performance was very strong. And with Emma Stone, she isn't amazing in this. It isn't like La La Land from last year. She's not going to be nominated for an Academy Award for this or anything. But she did a great job in communicating her role and communicating the power that this woman had on the news and also on tennis and just the whole world in general. She pissed a lot of people off. That is not a fact that you can't deny. A lot of people were really angry by what she was doing. However, when you really take a step back and look at it, there's really no reason to be angry. They even addressed that in one of the scenes in the movie, which I must say was an absolutely incredible scene, where Emma Stone is about to go into the match, and she's stopped by somebody saying that he can't believe that she thinks that women are better. And she stops him and says, "I never said women are better, I only said that they deserve the same respect as men." And just a simple line like that, it really shows sort of the effect of this film. The fact that it's showing that feminism has a negative connotation to it these days because of a lot of people that go overboard with it, when really it's just believing that they should have equal rights. And the fact that Battle of the Sexes was able to communicate that properly and very well shows how well directed and how well written this movie was. So it is undeniably very important and undeniably entertaining. However, this film really does struggle with its editing aspects, because this movie feels very sloppy. It's hard to quite say exactly what went wrong with the editing, but a lot of the scenes felt very clunky and very out of place. I felt that I was supposed to be more invested in the story in a lot of scenes, when really I was easily able to drift off. It wasn't necessarily demanding my attention like I thought that it would be trying to if it was going for an atmosphere like that. However, the issue is just that the atmosphere was weak, and that was a big issue with Battle of the Sexes. The pace and the tone could just be very off at times. It could be lighthearted and it could be very dark. It could be very fast and it could be very slow. It didn't have a lot of consistency, and that was very unfortunate because a lot of the scenes are well-directed scenes. They're well put together scenes, but when they're all put together, they don't quite fit very well. It's like a square peg trying to fit into a round hole. It's just not something that works. It feels very clunky and very wrong. And unfortunately, that was the main issue with Battle of the Sexes. In no way is this a bad movie at all. This is a very good movie. However, I'm not sure if I could necessarily recommend it. I do think it's important, and I do think some people should go out and see it, but it's not a movie that you need to see. There are far better films in theaters right now, and there are far better films that will be coming out as the Oscar season progresses, so this is by no means a must-see, but it is an enjoyable, light little drama that doesn't take itself too seriously, but when it does take itself seriously, it is well-deserved, and overall, it is a very well-acted and enjoyable movie. I will give Battle of the Sexes a 6.5 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review for Battle of the Sexes. What are your thoughts on this film, or what do you think of Emma Stone or Steve Carell as an actor or actress? Comment in the comment section below and let me know. I'm Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.